been doing it for my dad because he's blind, and he would come over and say, I want to buy a treasury today. And I would come over, and I knew if I knew that account existed. If that was reversed and it was Ginger and I died suddenly, she would not have a clue that this money, this magic money, was just sitting out there.
Awesome.
It is a pain.
I'm talking about the giant bite of food that he just took on the internet.
Okay.
Over here.
Oh, Danny.
The internet is no witness to how big my gaping maw can be.
I guess.
Okay, what other town business, I mean, what other board business did we have to address?
That's the only thing we have that I know of.
Well, I'm bringing something. We're bringing up with the regarding the starting the contract negotiations and stuff, or lack thereof.
I got 3
Yeah,
things we probably need to
that's
address.
that's a problem.
Wouldn't it?
You may have to just take it over.
Wouldn't it?
The contract negotiations that have not started, or dealing with the old contract that they have tried to change, which has not been dealt with.
Oh, they're trying to change it on us?
Well, yeah, remember I don't know whatever happened to that.
Because he's never gotten over there, as far as I know. This is not my cat, because that's not my position.
Yep.
This is my problem.
No, I was talking about.
My
Like Monica emailed us asking, "You want?" She's over at the she's over at Democrat Hotel now.
Right.
Unless they have full-time super security all the time, and they have cleared out that entire area, I know there's very little chance that the people who volunteer in my art show will show up out there.
That's not. I mean, not even that. Not even getting to that.
Very good.
They only have 250 hotel rooms, or 256.
Oh, well,
We're way beyond that. I mean, I'm still gonna.
There's not even enough convention space there, is there?
So here's the thing. That's why I wanted
Used
to
to
talk.
be.
That's why I wanted to talk to her. I'll get a free meal out of her or something. But
I thought they had a lot less than the Hilton.
well, she said we got 33,000 square feet. I'm going. Yeah, you must be. You must be counting every square inch of empty hallway as part of your space. Come on, Monica.
Yeah. Did they build on? I mean.
Well, I mean, I haven't been over. I mean, there's theoretically maybe they only have 256 rooms because they knocked the other building down or something.
Oh, Lordy.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, with
Yeah, that'd be pretty
250
rough,
rooms, we'd have to be able to block
I'd be
out the
willing
whole
to bet.
hotel, basically.
I'd be willing to bet they still have a reserve set aside for the airlines because they're so close.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's probably. I'm guessing 256 is what they have available for us. I'm sure they probably have like 400. I think they have like 300 some odd rooms last time I remember. But yeah, a third of those are usually hotel overbooks and. All right, let's see who's on. Oh, we are on.
Is anybody on? I'm going to call Carrie when we actually, because this is her weekend and with her father before Thanksgiving every year.
Is Eric going to be there?
It's gonna be up on his TV.
So Eric Ross going to do the
Yeah.
internet. All right.
Sure, Eric's watching me eat right now.
Very
That's what I
exciting.
said.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, Eric, this French fries for you.
I don't know if he's on yet or not. What is the URL? There we go.
I know that Setbacken will be absent because he is ill. He is ill. Let's see. Sylvia is going to, try to do by internet. Or, so,
Anybody heard from Andy?
Don't
Mm.
look at me.
I haven't seen him on Facebook. I'm assuming he got banned again.
Oh, yeah, he's been banned for a while. He got banned at the end of October.
why does he do that?
Cause it's fun.
Because he has nothing better to do.
Gosh, I don't understand. I honestly do not understand.
Because I tagged him in a little post and I fully expected him to come back, cool or whatever. And it was dead silence. And after a couple of days, I'm like, he must have been banned. I went over his page and
Hello,
it's people.
Science.
this is
Yes.
Science Fiction Association.
Okay, just want to stop in and say hello.
Hello.
Try and write. Are you a writing group or?
Oh, well,
No, we're put on a science fiction
we
convention.
run the science fiction convention here.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And we're getting ready to have a board meeting, but then after, at 2:00, we're gonna have our regular convention.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll hang.
No,
It doesn't
you're
matter.
welcome to stay.
You're welcome to do-
I'm just telling you.
We're sunshine,
It's gonna be very boring.
very boring for a while.
Okay. I'm in science fiction.
Okay.
Well, good.
I'm an archaeologist. I write kind of archaeology themed science fiction.
Okay.
Exoplanet archaeology. And
That could be
what
fun.
else? Check out the used bookstore. Got two? Okay.
Too,
Yeah.
Yeah, two. The Tuesday we're gonna have a regular meeting.
hopefully.
How's Tobias doing?
Somebody want to call Mr. Hagar
Colin's on.
Cullen's on? Hi, Cullen.
I'm gonna have to move chairs here, so since someone doesn't want to be on camera.
If you move the camera, I'll just get up and move again.
No, I'm moving chairs so I can like type and
Oh,
so I can type normally. Typing from the side is a little weird.
just show them a picture of the back wall. Everyone knows what we look like.
Yeah, it's not like,
Unfortunately.
There's really nothing to watch.
no,
Usually, if I'm at home listening to the meeting, I'm not looking at the screen. I just have the volume on in here.
squeak. Squeak.
I got three little things I want to bring up for the board before we have the con meeting.
So we have 5 items of business now.
I mean,
Cool.
I think mine are more awareness issues, but I'd much rather have a quick discussion.
Which is another reason why I would like to defer the reading of the last 2 meetings minutes because they're long and involved.
Well, especially if we
Yeah,
get
or
some more
not.
people here soon, we're not going to even have time to do everything.
That's right.
Can we just motion to defer those?
Yeah.
Well, if we don't get a quorum soon.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. I mean, we can talk, but we can't decide anything.
Right.
Well, we've got a quorum.
Oh, we have some people online.
Yeah.
We have Colin.
So we have 5 people now constitute.
No, we gotta have 7 people.
It's Carrie. I'm calling Carrie.
Oh, you're gonna call Carrie.
And Eric Ross is supposed to be on.
Is there on here?
And
He
Sylvia,
asked me if we were started. I said nope, and then a couple minutes later I said yeah. I told him to try now.
and Sylvia Cox is supposed to be on, but I hadn't heard you said anything. So we have a quorum. We just don't have a chairman.
It's the only thing that sucks about YouTube.
You want to call
Do I have to call him?
them? I'll call them.
Participants.
Hank?
Right now, okay. Hey, they add participants. Now I can see. If they're logged in.
Vice Human, do you want to call this meeting to order so we can go in and get started, or are we just going to wait?
Hey, Jerry, you on your way?
No,
Okay. Okay. All right, bye.
Okay. Hallelujah.
where's he at?
He didn't say, he just said be there in a minute. I'm assuming he's cruising down the road. He didn't
Well, I'd
say-
like as many as we can get,
He didn't say
given
which
some
one.
of the things we're gonna discuss. So.
Yes, yes. Yeah, this is, I wish Andy was here.
That's gonna be another,
That's gonna be another
Issue
issue. We're
down the
gonna,
road.
he's actually at the threshold of being saying bye-bye to the board because he has not been at enough board meetings this year.
well, in the con, I mean, he's not showing up and he's supposed to be running the park. That's a major issue.
Yeah, I don't have, that's, well, I do keep the roll for that, but that's gotten to the point where I keep it, but nobody does anything with it, so. I keep it.
The only thing
I've
about
been
it,
saying for several years now, either we need to do it or just admit that we're not bothering.
And I
Well,
think we're not
no,
We're
bothering.
wasting our time.
I think we're wasting our
Look, I think we need to keep it so we know who's really showing up.
But I don't think
But
they're,
I mean, we're so desperate for bodies, it's not like we have real enforcement ability.
That's true.
that's
I
right.
mean, you gotta have some sort of tracking mechanism to know who's doing what.
I will keep
No matter
taking-
what you do with it, you gotta be able to see what's happening.
I agree. I think we just need to take it out of our thing that we're going to that we're supposed to be, or make it optional. I don't know what to do with it, but we need to reword that because it's,
Maybe it's something we
Nobody-
can temporarily
I
suspend.
think what we need,
That's a whole different issue.
I think what we need is better benefits other than, for the regular Concom members, other than a pat on the back and a free membership,
yep,
which is,
yep,
because you drop down to volunteer, you don't have to deal with any of the meetings and you get lots of free stuff.
yep.
That is true.
I know a lot of people of the next generation that is their preferred thing.
I don't know that it would necessarily help us get any more Concom or department people just because they don't want to commit to actually coming to the meetings. They don't want to do any effort. They want to just show up and do their thing and leave. And that's the problem. Nobody wants to put in any effort. And then in 10 years, when Con is gone because there's no new blood and we're all old and tired, they're going to wonder why they don't have anything to do.
You are not at that point yet?
Well, I know that we'll limp along for a while longer, but
Please find me an art show person. that can
we,
do-
we are wounded and crippling convention.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and lay this
We are
out
very
here.
close.
That's one of the things I wanted to discuss,
Wounded.
whether we want to negotiate a new contract.
I brought that up with Jerry on the phone a couple days ago. I'm like, look, do we want to do this again? You gotta,
I've talked to Sylvia about it and Eric about it, and
I'm willing to continue to run the art show until we can find somebody.
but that's the problem is
it's not a matter of running just a given department. It's a matter of pushing this broken down thing forward. I mean, it's like you just said, they want the benefits, but they don't want to do anything. And you can't get new blood in, and
Colin's asking how are the other Memphis cons running and getting staff? Not very well.
well, I mean,
Misfit, which one, he's selling,
Memphis Comics Expo is now up for sale.
it's up for sale.
There's a very good chance
the
that Ren
Ren Fair-
Fair is
The
done.
Ren Fair's
Yeah, Ren
gone.
Fair's either closing or they're gonna just try to let somebody buy them out. For what their supply they are and shut them down.
Which is another reason why we should stick around for a few more years at least, because we should be able to pull the people who were working on those into us. But
But
the
I
thing
think
is,
it's the same people.
well, no, there are a few
Well,
different ones, but
no.
the thing is this, I have preached this multiple times and I've gotten, people have like, "Ugh," I mean, but The fact is you're right. It's got to be something more than just, oh, you're such a good boy because you ran that department. It has to be something more than just, it has to be a social thing too. And the only way to do that is to go back to having parties. The only way to do that is to have ComCon parties. It's a pain in the butt, and the thing is I can host the Stanton anytime because that house is always set up for a party. Period. That's the reason we keep it the way it is. It's set up for Thanksgiving right now. It'll be set up for Christmas right after Thanksgiving. But that's at the other end of $140.90. Nobody wants to go out there. It's like 2 hours for you.
Yeah.
It's
If I go
ridiculous.
out there, I'm bringing a sleeping bag.
That's right.
We're having
Sorry.
an overnight party.
That's right. We need to bring tents.
There you go.
Or I can sleep you on the floor. You bring sleeping bags. I can sleep people on the floor, and the people eating couch will sleep 3 people. The big giant L,
Okay, Eric's on.
Okay, good.
He's gonna be. I guess he'll be texting me because the way it's up on his TV, he can't do any of the chat stuff.
I'm gonna call Carrie. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till
Gary.
Mr. Hagar actually walks through the door before I call Carrie.
We've really got 6 things to discuss. Or maybe 5 to discuss and 1 to breach for people to chew on. No, once we get up, I'll give a brief report about how Joe's went or is going.
Yeah, he'll even do. He'll even do the elk power, the 3-foot too.
How long has it lasted?
I know. I've never actually drained it yet. Yeah, I couldn't find my regular webcam, so I had to steal the one off one of my 3D printers. So it's kind of like just hanging on the edge here. I got looped over the edge of the table here to keep it in position, try and minimize as much floating as possible. Oh, and Kim's with Eric, but she's not a board member
Hey,
anymore.
Eric, I forgot my cowbell. Sorry, man. You got one, I'll use it when I get there.
Eric will let you know if your purse moves.
He wants to see if you can Hufflepuff fly it into my face.
Is that better?
We are waiting for Jerry. He should be here any minute now.
Well, I have done all I can do. I've written down my first motion, which is to request the deferment of the meeting reading of the minutes.
So we got to discuss.
Carrie's calling me now.
She probably wondered if you were ever gonna call.
Hey, honey, so Jerry is still not here. He's supposed to, he's on his way. So, you want me to go in and put you on speaker and you can just commensurate with us while we're waiting?
Has to buy
We all
Talk to
are.
him more than he
That's
do.
right.
I don't know. Here, let me find you another one. Try that one. We're messing with pens and stuff. Let me put you on speaker. Here you
We were
go.
talking this morning, he said something about going out with Cindy for the day. So
Hi.
I see her driving in here.
Say hi to Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Gary.
I'm here.
I'm glad you're here.
Sorta.
I'm glad you're there.
Anyone hear from Greta?
I saw her last night. Of course, they're,
Eric may or may not be online.
I put him down as sick call.
Good. Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome. I wasn't expecting him to try to do that.
Well, it was going to be if he felt he's feeling worse again today, Jane.
Oh, is the infection coming back? Or?
No, he's having a reaction to the antibiotics, so I'm going to hang and find out what antibiotic they're putting him on.
Oh,
They're
it's fun.
giving him VIV at clinic.
Fun.
No, it's just itching, so it's a normal reaction, and he has that occasionally.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Greta's online.
Greta's online. Okay.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Greta.
Hi, Greta from Louisiana.
Yeah, Carrie's in Louisiana to visiting her dad.
Didn't have me do a contraflow.
So we
did you?
definitely have a quorum now.
And Eric, yeah, we have a quorum. That's why I called in to make sure we have the quorum.
We have a quorum. Peter, Julie said that can stay in bed. That's a better thing.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get the meeting started. I mean,
Okay.
it's 1:35 already,
We gotta get
and
this, we gotta get this
All
done.
right. So it's called to order by the vice chairman, and it's 1:35. All right. I'm with secretary. I am moving that we'd defer the minutes until the next meeting due to time issues. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
3 seconds. Call question.
all in favor of deferring the minutes, reading of the minutes?
I approve.
Okay.
Aye from Eric,
Approved.
and we have a lag, so, well, yeah, it's passed. but-
Passed. Okay.
Aye from Colin.
Okay.
All right, so the first thing up for discussion is climate control. There's a request for climate control storage. Do we have enough to? I mean, I guess it's for the games. Was part of the request.
Games, and some of the art show stuff that needs to be in climate control that right now is at my house in Stanton.
I mean, I have items at my house that cannot go to storage, but if we had climate control storage, it would be very nice not to be filling up a quarter of my agenda.
Yes.
Can Carrie go ahead and mute for a little bit?
Okay. Carrie, can you mute the television? Can you mute the television?
It's sounding bad over the web mic.
Yeah,
Thank you, because we can really
Or her
hear
phone.
it.
She can just mute her phone.
I'm sorry. I've got mine the mute button.
Have we priced it
It's $70 a month for a pretty big.
versus what we're paying right now, which is what?
It's well, the difference is inside. Okay, I'm gonna mute you right now, Carrie.
I turned the volume all the way down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Oh, great. Yes, that's fine. Now we can't hear. Thank you. So
I couldn't find the mute button, so I just turned it all the way down.
that works. All right. So we have in the place where I have climate control storage, they have units available right now, which is not all that usual for them to have them. They have ones that are the square footage of a little bit more than like this table. It's about it's longer, a little bit deeper. It's a little bit
But,
bigger.
I mean,
It's about $70 a
for the
month.
space that we have right now, has it been priced?
I don't know what the space that we have right now.
We have
costs. But it's huge, and it's outside, so it's cheap.
Yeah, ours it's I want to say it's 10 by 20. It was a 5 by 10.
Yeah, we swapped to the bigger one though, so that they have room to actually
Yeah.
get around in there and
Yeah,
do
it's
stuff.
moved.
What is the current size, Eric? What is the current size of the storage locker, and what do we pay a year for that? I believe we pay yearly.
Yeah, if we pay yearly for that, which we do, for the climate controlled, you get a free month free. So you get 13 months or you pay 11 months for 12 months or something.
10 by 30.
It's a 10 by 30 we have now.
Okay. I mean, how much stuff do we actually have that needs to go in climate control?
That's what I'm saying. One about this size.
Oh, you're thinking just get a small one for that stuff and keep the large one that we already have?
Definitely, definitely.
I was thinking,
So,
I'm not trying to
Colin,
find a big
yeah, so-
one.
No.
So, Colin, that would
following
be in addition to, it'd be a small one in addition to.
Right, it doesn't make sense to put everything in climate control.
No,
Right, right.
no, it
Okay.
doesn't.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it looks like we're paying $1,600 a year for the current roundabout.
So, and you're talking basically an oversized closet would run us $70 a month.
Well, it's bigger than this, actually. And it's 12 feet tall, so it's
I
actually,
bet you could fill half of it with just the games.
we put all the stuff that we brought from Mother's house into one.
So the first thing we want to do is we want to price of where we're at now, because I would prefer not to have to
Yeah,
make two.
yeah, we need to keep all of our storage stuff consolidated.
Okay. All right, well, then, Eric?
I mean, if we needed to do climate control storage to get all the, and it succeeds in getting the games and other things out of people's homes to where they're centralized under the control of the convention itself, I'm in favor of it. Let's just get pricing for it and see what it costs.
But it would be important that all the chairs have actual keys for it, because I have to, like, for the art show, I have to be able to get in and out of there all year long. Because, like, I've already started art show.
Looks like Jerry's in the parking lot, FYI.
Yeah, I saw him walk past.
Okay, well, let's get pricing for it and see what we got. We also need to send an email out to all the departments and say, is there anything that you need to go into climate control?
We've got already spoken, there's enough to fill.
No, but I mean,
So Eric's asking, why not just purchase a large container that will seal up and put all the way in the back? Well, because you can't find a container big enough for the game library.
Also, that's not climate control. It's a heat and cold issue. I have stuff that I can't leave in climate temperature,
Right, like any kind of electronics, which most of the stuff
All right,
taken in my
Sylvia's
house is the
here.
electronic stuff, Ross.
Who's
And
here?
it's not a big
Sylvia
deal.
just got online.
Okay.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey,
Just something to think
Sylvia.
about if we do it.
That's right.
okay, so we're gonna get pricing.
Who is gonna get pricing?
No, who needs it? Oh.
Okay, number one, I have never been to where it is now. I have no idea where it is. I have no information
You
about
remember where
it.
Hooters was on Mendenhall?
No.
Oh.
Number two, I have no access
Do you
to.
remember where Paul Folks was on Mendenhall?
Okay, all
On
right,
Mount Moriah?
okay.
The Pole Folks that became a Hooters?
Look, we could have Sylvia pull one of the old Bellingham voices. Hello.
No, Sylvia, the one we have is not climate control. It's just there.
I've been meaning to give this to you for ages, so
What is it?
it's T-shirts of your sisters.
Oh. Cool.
So,
Don't see her on Thanksgiving, so I will get it to her.
No?
okay, so Sylvia's saying the annual fee is due 1st of December.
Right. I mean, I think that we need to keep what we have. What I am asking for is additional space that's climate controlled. If we want to have it at the same place that we have now,
That would be the.
That's
most
fine.
optimal solution.
that's an optimal solution. Whoever's on that contract who deals with them on a regular basis probably should be the person.
To find out what.
Well,
Fine.
Sylvia, we're not looking for another place. We're just looking to see if they have a climate control at the current location and
And
how
what the
much
price
it's going to
would
be.
be. Yeah. It's even the,
And I'll go ahead and do that.
Climate
I'll go
control
ahead and give
things.
them a call on Monday
Okay, so Danny will check.
or Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday because I have no classes Wednesday.
that makes sense. The,
And pricing at the current place. Okay,
because right now, all the library board games are sitting in my living room. They take up
about 3 feet across and go back it's about 8 feet high and going all the way back to the wall, which is about 10 feet of just the board games. And those cannot be stored in non-temperature control. They'll burn up.
The cardboard will warp, all that good mess.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
that's item 1 is taken care of. Go to item 2.
item 2. Follow.
All right, so item 2, we brought this up a little bit earlier. We're going to start the feelers for the contract that would execute starting in 2021. But we need to decide if we want to do that. We need to make a decision about the future of the convention. We're not getting the help that we need. We're all getting older, and we all are. It's almost to the point it's becoming a burden to put this thing on rather than
A joy and fun.
And this is a serious. I'm putting this out there as a serious thing. Well, maybe we should keep going for another couple of years. I don't know. I don't know at this point, and I think we need to make a decision soon.
It's an important point because over the last 3 or 4 years, we've had a serious deterioration of staff, of Concom members, even of volunteers are just down. People are not wanting to step up. They want to show up and come to the con. Our attendees are not a problem, but if we don't have staff, we can't run a con.
And I'll point this out again.
And we're all just getting older. None of us are going the other way.
The only way to bring the young ones in is to have other stuff, make it a social thing. It can't be a job. It has to be a social thing. That is the only way you're going to get them in regularly.
Well, I don't think that's a decision we should all make like this exact minute.
Oh, definitely not.
Well, no, it's
No,
something
but I mean, it's not something
we need to bring it up and we need to talk about it.
we have a habit of saying things and then they just drop and go forever.
Well,
I just want to make sure we keep this because I mean we can't really. We're running on inertia at this point.
Because Danny, what you're asking is 2020 going to be the last year for the con, or do we go and do another 3-year contract and look at 2023?
Well, see, we had this conversation 2.5 years ago, also.
Mm-hmm.
But
Nothing's changed.
Let me add this in. I mean, in just this year, Donnie has put the Memphis Comics Expo up for sale. He did make a profit. I know I've actually talked with him, and I know his reasons for walking away, and I understand them. You had the Ren Fair, which has struggled for the last couple of years, and based on what I've seen from Beth, I don't think it's coming back. If it does, it's going to be limping. She was struggling to have volunteers. I mean, she was out cleaning up the site by herself. We couldn't get people to volunteer to come help her. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that kills her, that has shot her down. So we've lost 2 conventions. We've lost two events, or we have the potential of losing. One was profitable and probably will be bought, but one of them is definitely going to be gone. Now I was at Joe's convention Friday and Saturday, and his Friday crowd, it was so incredibly light. It wasn't funny. Joyce Chin, who was a really well-known comics artist, was there. And I was introduced to her as one of the people from SouthCon, and we were talking. And she was asking about comparisons of our convention to his, because, I mean, she was alarmed at the lightness of the Friday. And Saturday, he had a decent crowd, but it wasn't big. I mean,
Well, I know of a lot of people who, after the last year's convention there, said they will not return to his convention until he moves locations.
Well,
I mean, I could probably name 30 people that have told me that over the last few months.
and if I remember correctly, I think he has, I want to say a sidebar conversation that he has a 5-year contract there.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah, I just know, I mean,
Well,
Honestly, I don't
we'll
know
see
that
after
many
this.
people.
We'll see after this week, after what they did to him this weekend.
Depends on how they did it for the whole
So-
weekend, how much money came in.
Well, there are other
And
issues.
other-
I'm just not surprised to hear his crowd is like based on just the.
They
Our
pulled the
local-
usual hotel
Yeah.
stuff,
Our
double
local-
booking another
Our
event.
local
Oh, did they?
conventions-
And the
Guys,
host-
please.
Yeah, let him finish.
Our local conventions are hurting. We pretty much survived last year. We took a dip, but we also wound up against 3 different convention events.
And on top of spring break for the
Yeah,
local schools.
So we had a contract timing issue there. I would say that if everybody was tanking, I would say that 2020 would probably need to be our last year, cut and just go away. But we've been talking about how many other conventions and that there was a glut of conventions. This may be the actual popping of the bubble. And it might behoove us to go another 2 or 3 years.
Oh, Sylvia is completely against a 3-year contract.
But what, I
Can
mean,
we get
And
shorter
let,
terms?
let me get everybody caught up here. So Colin is disinclined to let the con die on his watch.
Well, I don't think
Eric's-
anyone wants to.
I understand that. Let me get everyone's comments caught up here. So
Sure.
Eric's is noting that all folks need to feel they're an actual part of it, involvement, partnership. Sylvia mentioned for the people working the con, it is a job. And then she mentioned she's totally against another 3-year contract. And then Colin was asking if she preferred a 2-year contract. And we're just trying to figure out, understand what we want to
well,
do.
because
Any other comments?
if we,
It's a couple of things.
the reason we went to 3-year contracts. is
Sylvia
so-
agrees with Carlin.
So that we would have, the reason we went to 3-year contracts was so that we would not wind up in a situation where we finished con and immediately fell into, got to do the next con and do.
No, we
contract.
did this 3-year contract so we could stay under $100.
Get better prices.
Well, yeah, but we
Room.
did it for stability of location too. So, yeah, we
It
did.
gives us better
We
date
did. It
options.
gives us
I was there on the
options.
table. I was there at the table.
So, I mean, would I be opposed to doing a 2-year? No. The 3-year gives us our better options from a negotiation standpoint, because we're doing 3 years and the hotels want to lock in. They want to lock in long-term anyway. But I think we all just need to take a week and think about it. I mean, I don't want to see the con die on my watch either.
No.
Nobody does.
Nobody does.
And also, before we talk
Sylvia,
about actually closing cons down,
Sylvia, real quick, that was about MCFC. That wasn't about Mid-South-Con. People were saying it wouldn't come back while it's still at the Graceland Hotel.
Yeah, they had,
Yeah,
a lot-
that-
they had a
That
lot
was
of
that
Fs
reference.
in
That
there.
wasn't us. That was
Yeah.
MCFC.
people
that-
don't
there
have a
was a lot
problem
of
with
crime there
our
last year.
location. But I think that what we need is to have fresh blood move up into the board and for people to see a way to advance in the organization. I think a lot of the people who volunteer, they work here for years and they see there's no upward mobility whatsoever. They don't get up to the board or move things and start actually becoming more of a part of it. They're all stuck at the lower level and they just float off after a while. I think that's a serious
There's
problem
been-
that we've
There's
had.
been nobody who's wanted to come up. We have
Denise has
departments that we
Denise
can't
has been
get
wanting to be,
replacements.
Denise has been wanting to be on the board for several years now. We haven't added any people. Other people want to move up
Okay.
and get new fresh blood. If we're getting tired because we're getting old and tired, we need to start getting new younger people in here that will continue to carry this on. This has been going on for 37 years. And a lot of us are newer people.
While
I
I was
wasn't there
at,
at the beginning.
while I was at MCFC this weekend, I kind of got sandbagged a couple times. And I mean, I don't mind taking the hit, but I had several dealers and one of them I actually bought product from, and that's when I got sandbagged when I was paying. It's the Fragrant Mushroom and Pottery Gallery, who has some very nice products. And they had put in for a dealer spot. And he goes, yeah, I tried to put in with your con, but no one's ever responded to me. And so I booked another show. And I had Earth Creations, who's one of our regulars, come up and say, I haven't heard anything. And I'm like, I can ask. And I had another person who I know personally that was one of our more successful art dealers, artists that was in the dealer room. I had to forwarded an email to his dealers the other day for him because he reached out to me, and he's not getting responses. If the dealers aren't being contacted, we have a problem.
Yes, we do.
I also
talked to Tammy.
I did some recruitment for, nobody had ever reached out or sent a courtesy email to remind the people with the Memphis Astronomical Society that the application links were up. I ran into Jeremy, who was doing a lot of their astronomy talks for us last year. And he, I said, go here. I showed him the link. He's like, oh yeah, I'll get it done.
You should have received the.
Let's get to the. Regarding about this year, we're talking about the future at this point.
Right.
Let me catch everybody up. So Eric said, and he's right. We need to see if we rebound this year. It was last year an anomaly due to the date and being up against Memphis game days, or is this where we're headed now? I mean, is this where the scene in the area is? And Eric said if he needs to step down from the board and make room, then he'll go. I believe in this context. You mean convention? I think it said context. I think that was auto-corrected to context.
As far as stepping down, Eric and I are seriously considering stepping down.
Don't we already have open board seats anyway?
We could easily
Yes.
get, why don't we just,
Because we only have 11 right now. Don't we have 13 seats?
Yeah.
So the
Technically,
way the bylaws are written, there's no specific number of slots.
up to, I think it's a maximum of 17 or something, it
Yeah.
says in the
I'm
bylaws.
just saying, I don't think anyone needs to step down for
To
us
bring
to
new people in.
involve some new people.
That
We
is
don't
very
wanna-
true.
We don't
Well,
want to lose half
we
of our
have brought,
experience in one block.
unfortunately, I have brought somebody new in.
Look, I take
I know.
no
it's-
responsibility regarding that.
I understand,
If you
but
recall, I abstained during that vote.
yes.
I
So,
understand.
all right, so Sylvia says, we've been trying for several years to get new people and younger people, and it's not working. And then Colin said to Sylvia, Jane commented earlier that we need to make this a more social organization.
Yep.
Because that's what the kids these days want, a volunteer activity.
Yep.
And Sylvia
That was
goes,
the
how do we
origin
do
of this
that?
one.
What do we do different than we are
It
doing
was
now?
originally a social organization that made this.
We were
Back in the
originally
day.
very social.
Yes, that's the whole point. It was, we had after every meeting, we went and had a party. After every ComCon, the big pillow factory meeting was always a big deal. I mean, we're not gonna have that ever again. But
We used to have a potluck after every meeting.
that's right.
The problem, so the
Little
problem
Garland
was,
house.
it got to the point where it was too big for somebody's house. I remember a couple of those con-coms where there was 50 or 60 people and you couldn't even breathe. It wasn't fun. You were tripping over people, and I mean, that's why we moved to the library, so we could get a meeting done in less than 6 hours.
I don't have a problem with the meeting being here. What I'm saying is we need more social
Activity.
activities.
We need to establish a routine of saying, hey, let's meet for dinner at.
Okay, well, Eric
These are good ideas.
made a good point. I mean, we need to go on. I mean, this next year will tell us whether or not we're in an anomaly phase or if we're in a trend.
I don't think our attendance is a problem.
No.
I mean, I know we were down last year, but I strongly feel that was just involved in the date.
And we'll find out,
Our
this
problem-
year.
Our problem is our staffing. Our
Okay,
problem
then-
is not our attendance.
And let me take a step back here and simply say 2 year or 3 year, because they got to get busy.
Yeah, because,
2 year or 3 year.
and there's still the issue about them trying to double book us. Has that ever been resolved?
to the best of my, I have not actually talked face to face with people, which I'm going to do after the holidays. Just walk in there and say hi,
Or
set up a meeting.
go in there Wednesday.
Double book this.
Go
Well,
Wednesday.
Well,
time
they
to
have-
know it's a double booking.
Well, so far, when she asked, I said I didn't think we'd do it. I'd get back to her. And that she never returned. We didn't have communication after that. My original
Okay.
thing was no. I really don't think we can, but I will. I returned her call out later to talk to her about it. I hadn't heard back from her. So
All right, so at this
we
point,
we need to actually. I was thinking after the holidays, we need to go over there and just start talking to them. I'm going to see who the new general manager is and meet these people. Because right now there's a lot of new people in there, and we have
the old
no.
general manager.
And is he actually old from
My
earlier?
understanding, but anyway.
And have a formal meeting.
So
with
what
these
we're going to
people.
do is, at this point, we're not, I don't want to say table the question, but we're going to consider the question.
Well, everyone should
And we
think
need to
about
continue
this.
talking about it.
Yeah.
And maybe come back next month and see where we're at as far as make sure we have a board meeting and continue to discuss this.
I would, though I would not put off actually starting negotiations.
No, we won't.
You've got to, that's.
Because right now, our last,
Honestly,
right now, wait,
We can
go off
negotiate.
another 3 years.
We
Right.
can negotiate. We don't have to sign anything.
Right.
That's right.
Also-
That's the
Right.
point.
wait, our contract runs out when? In 2020?
2020.
2020. Okay,
So
so,
we've got to,
We've got
you
one
know,
more.
if
Right.
you want mainline guests, you've got to do it 2 years out.
right.
That's
Yeah, and that's the problem.
a problem. That's,
Okay, but so the question still remains, you need to be doing contract now.
yes.
So if you need to be doing contract now,
But we don't have to. Well, we can negotiate. We can get bid. We can do
Yes.
we
you
can do
all
a request
that.
for bids and
okay, but are you doing a request for bids for 2 or 3 year? Because that will affect the pricing you receive.
Yes,
Do both. Ask for both.
Go in with the 3
Actually,
years.
Sylvia,
We could.
2020 is the last year of we have a contract for 2020.
Yeah, we're talking about 2021
And forward.
and forward. So it's about time to start negotiating. It's not a
Mhm.
panic. Oh my God, we don't have something for the
No,
following year.
but
But
it
this
is
is about
time.
the time. This is the time when you
It is
start
time.
doing it.
Yes. Yes.
All right, but we'll continue and I guess we'll continue discussion, see what happens in March.
Yeah, and we also need to. When we start looking at contracts, we have to check the other places.
Mm-hmm.
But who's leaning to 2 year, who's leaning to 3?
I don't want to do 3. I don't want to do another 3 year. I think we're asking. We got lucky with this one, and I don't want to do. I don't want to commit to 3 year at this point. I mean,
What kind of difference are we looking at if we just ask for a 2 year?
We don't know yet.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, it's been a long time since we did anything but a 3 year.
well, this was the first 3
We've
year.
never done
I
3
thought
years.
we've been doing 3 years.
No,
2
this
years.
is the third to 3 year.
No, we did.
Eric started the 3 years.
We did 2. We did 2. We did at Hilton. It was 2, 2, 3.
Okay, I thought we had done all 3 since we've been in the
We did
Hilton,
it
so. I just wasn't
we
aware
did
that-
3 before.
2 years.
Okay, well then it shouldn't be a problem to do a 2 year if we're concerned that we can't quite pull off a 3. Negotiate.
Well,
for a 2 year.
we'll
things-
just but
Ask for both, right?
this is that's what I'm saying. We're negotiating for both. So
That's right. Just
we'll
ask
see
for
what
both.
happens
not
with
worried
both.
about
But
There you go.
And the 2 other little things I need to bring up. We got to get push cards. I had people complaining. I mean, fortunately, I took that handful. I drove over to your house to get that handful because I had people coming to me getting cards.
yeah, that's my fault. So
The Elvis sent an email, sent that message to most of the board members, I guess, last night.
They sent it to me. I know he sent it to me. I didn't see.
I
Check
didn't
the
see
group.
he didn't send the info. I never.
He sent to the group just on Facebook.
Oh,
That's-
okay, it was only on, okay.
It was
I
just a
didn't
small
see it.
Facebook
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah, it was
Someone,
only probably 4 or 5 people.
yeah,
Okay,
someone,
then let me give a quick.
Yeah, you were there.
capsulation
You were actually
because I
there.
was there. There was a gentleman who attended MCFC. I believe his name was Al Hoffman. Elvis has all of the contact information on him. Elvis Presley, the hotel itself, closed out his room and kicked his ass out. He was, I'll be polite and say he was tipsy, but he walked by me singing something along the lines of "I'm a heterosexual and I'm okay," and he was making racial slurs at people in the hotel.
I mean, it is still okay to be heterosexual, right?
No. He deserved.
Right. Making the racial slurs at people.
The racial
That's not a racial slur. That's.
He earned his.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying it's not offensive to say that you're a heterosexual.
No, that you can say.
Elvis is probably going to recommend that this guy be banned, just because he was threatening to go to WorldCom and call Mike Resnick and talk to all the people he knew and badmouth Memphis and all this other stuff. So anyway, that's coming down the pike. But I was there. I witnessed it. He was an ass. The hotel. It was to the point that the hotel closed out his room and told him to get the hell out.
Drunk and disorderly, and they got rid of him.
Well, when the hotel intervened, that was Saturday afternoon, and he wasn't drunk. He's just being a jackass. So it got to that point. FYI, it's coming. Elvis is going to send that. I mean, and I know our policies normally they got to screw up, but that's at our con. But if we let that guy in, we're asking for a problem. And Elvis.
Has he ever attended our con before? Do we know?
I have no idea. I mean,
I'm not familiar with the name
Elvis has his information.
What's his name?
I'd have to see a face.
Al Hoffman.
Al Hoffman. He said he was like a chiropractor or something. But anyway, Elvis has the full story.
If our concern is that he's bashing Memphis condom around the world, if he's that much of an ass, I doubt anyone will care. Because he's probably always, if he's a jackass there, he's probably always a jackass.
Well, see,
I
I wish someone from registration was here so we could say, hey, get with Elvis.
Do they still keep a?
And then again, he may not show up to our con.
No, that's
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly. Yeah, there's a good chance.
We
he
don't
will.
put up with a lot of shit at our con, so.
Also, do we still keep databases of all the previous
As best we
people?
can.
So can we just look up and see if he's come
I
before?
passed that table along.
Yeah. Right.
I still use the same database for the most part.
So
I just lost you.
you can just
Come back,
take a quick
Gary.
glance and see if he comes to our con. So I didn't recognize the name, but
I mean, that's all
that
I
means
got.
nothing.
I mean, Joe had a good convention. His guests were really nice. I was very concerned about his attendance.
It wasn't a database, it was a table in the database.
It was passed. It's all good. He still has it. It's all wonderful.
For all the information I had at the time, I had it.
Yes.
Eric goes, you can't ban someone for being an asshole, otherwise I shouldn't come here.
Well, otherwise a lot of people shouldn't come.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to if they don't.
I would prefer, I know we may be asking for trouble, but I don't want to.
Ban people
We had no idea what what the external situation was. I mean, I'm not going to, unless he craps an Archon, I'm okay with him coming. But he just won. He'd be on a short leash, though.
I mean, we can absolutely
Yeah.
keep an eye on him.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Go in,
Elvis
eyes
witnessed
up.
it.
Exactly. So if he causes trouble here, we'll get rid of him quickly.
Yes, we can have his name on a flag list and say he's crossed the threshold once registration season, but that's all we can do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Registration just needs to talk with Elvis. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
And I was witness to it. Dude was a jerk.
Right.
Okay.
Lots of
When
people
you
are
start
jerks, though.
body slamming people, body shaming people and crap like that.
Is there, so is that it?
Anything else?
David sent an email to Danny and Jerry.
Oh,
You guys need to follow up on dealers because I had several.
I have. I
Yeah.
talked to Tammy last night.
I
Or
was
texted her
going to
yesterday.
talk to her today because Jolly said that a couple of his friends, her small gaming companies, wanted to come
Yeah.
just because he's going to be here. So they supposedly submitted applications yesterday or the day before. So
Yeah,
I
we
told
got
him
a
where to do
couple.
it.
We got a couple. In.
Did we? Okay.
I didn't see
I
what
was
they
going to
were.
give.
But,
I'll give the names because he was asking. He said
have
they'd
we-
never come to our con
have we-
before, but since Charlie's here, said hey, they'd like to come and give it a try. So.
Did we vote on the budget?
We approved the prior year budget.
Okay. Do our directors know what their budget is?
It's the same as
Same as
last
last year.
year.
But people don't remember that, so that's a good
Yeah.
question.
$300. I know what mine is.
Some people remember.
Point right here. He has no idea what his budget
What is
is.
it? What was the budget last?
I need a truck. I think that's my budget.
So that's the other thing. We
Well,
need to.
we could send out
We're
a
supposed-
reminder
we
of
were- actually, we were supposed
budget
to-
numbers or something.
We were supposed to send all the
Oh,
department
yeah.
heads a copy of what their budget was last year
Yeah.
and how they did. That was never sent out to my knowledge. That was one of the things that we said we were going to do, but
Yeah.
Sylvia,
the
is there any way you can
department
get
heads-
those numbers out to the department heads?
just so they know what their budget was and how they did. Did they go over? It's always good to know that.
I know how I did because I track mine. I don't know why everybody else don't track their own. You would track yours.
Oh, she had to get off. We'll have to ask her.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask her when she gets back on.
Okay.
You're,
That shouldn't be much.
Just a truck and
Truck, gas.
I mean, your numbers should be pretty easy to add up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have a spreadsheet for mine.
so,
Okay, if we're done, I have one thing I want to bring up before we close.
sure.
David sent in an email to Danny and Jerry asking for approval for something.
Okay.
yeah,
Let's
it's
see.
it was for the pre-con party, food for the pre-con party.
Yeah, cool.
Have y'all ever gotten back to him about that?
No,
I have not seen it.
no,
so-
I think that we were going to, if anyone had a problem with that. I thought, did he send it to the board?
Yeah.
I thought he sent it to the board as a whole. All right.
I don't recall
No,
seeing
I
it.
never saw it, Danny.
Neither did I. So I'm looking for it now.
You send it to info@midsouthcon. I told him to send it to info@midsouthcon.org.
Who sent this you're looking for?
David Blackburn.
Is it for, are we talking about previous expense? Or are we talking about planning something for,
This new,
19.
for 19, he has a catering friend who wants to cater the pre-con party,
oh, okay.
a big barbecue spread at, basically nothing, but
Okay.
as a gift kind of thing.
Okay. That's definitely worth looking at.
Do you know when he sent it?
He sent it in September.
Yeah, it's been
So
a
I'm
while.
trying to shoot back because I did not see it.
What's his email? Because I keep getting stuff from Jolly.
Wrong
I
Blackburn.
think it's David.Blackburn at Gmail.
He used to be in the volunteer system. I'll see if I have that.
I don't have my computer with me. I traveled very light this trip because it's been a very long month.
Yeah, I remember him talking about, but I don't see the email.
I'm trying to find it on my phone. This new laptop doesn't have any of my emails connected to it.
No, I'm looking in Gmail. If it's not in Gmail, he didn't send it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, September 16th, Thursday night dinner for Con. There we go.
September 16th. Thank
And he sent it to info.
I told him
All right.
to.
So he sent it to y'all.
Yep.
I'm gonna forward it to the board. I should have done that the first time.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't see an issue if he wants to provide it.
yeah.
There it is, David Blackburn.
So,
We're talking about saving expense and.
Free money, free
taking-
food.
Yeah.
okay, so
Saving an
the
expense and
question we
taking
always,
A job off of somebody.
so the question we always have to ask is what's in it for him and what is he expecting?
Would you want to add in the book or something?
He says, on that cost kind of thing, because they'll be paying for it. If I do this anytime for to deliver and how much barbecue we need, I can do it on the side as well.
Does it mention what he's asking for?
He says nothing. So far, I have a coworker who can do
I
the
mean, maybe he
barbecue.
just wants to pass out some cards or flyers.
A
or
coworker can
something.
do the barbecue for us. So it's not an actual. It's just a friend that's doing a.
Yeah,
So it's a friend that's going to cook in their kitchen and try to make barbecue for everyone.
is he's gonna be
Or is that-
need to make it for 60 people?
I think
That's
that
not
y'all
for-
need to respond to his
Yeah,
email.
yeah, we do. We do. That's
Y'all
the thing.
need to respond to him and tell him how much and let him come back
Yeah.
and tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's-
okay.
Now, since I see it,
We will.
I will.
Okay,
Um,
so chair and vice will
I know.
respond.
I know David Blackburn.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
she
do.
is.
I'm trying to put a picture of his face there because I know which guy it is.
He works
You
in
have that?
Consuite.
He works Consulate overnight.
Okay, now I know he is.
Yeah, he's
That-
he's been to a few Concom meetings.
Right,
And he's been around here since he was a child.
right.
Yeah, he worked as a volunteer for ages and then volunteered in Consuete and then they stole him.
All right, so we'll get back to
The over-
Kim needed a body.
The overnight one, yeah.
So yeah, we'll send
Yes.
an email for the person, gets the person's contact info, because it just says a coworker. It doesn't say who it is. I just sent the email to the board, so y'all can
Okay.
see
Yeah, I
it.
saw it. Finally.
Okay, so,
Awesome.
all right, so that's, all
We'll
right.
contact them and ask, let them know.
Yeah.
They realize how much barbecue you have to make for a.
Yeah, it's not, 15 people.
Chair and vice will respond. Okay. Anybody else?
I would just like to say, first I would like to say, Danny, I love you very much. I think that Danny is wearing too many hats. And I'm concerned about things that don't get done. And I want to know, and I'm not just being a complainer. I want to step up and help Danny however I can. Because I know you're handling the registration database, you're handling the dealer database, you're handling all this other stuff. You're going to school, you're working full time, and now you're doing contract negotiations and dealing with this year's contract that they're trying to leave alone and all this other crap. So what can I or what can someone else do to help you to get caught up?
How good are you with PHP? Oh,
That would be a Reese question. He's very good with
What I'm
these.
seriously offering is, I have a working knowledge of databases. I am not an expert by any means. I'm better with spreadsheets. Can I take something off of you? Can you train me to work something and let me be in charge of it?
Well, the problem is
Registration database or
finding the time for doing the training, because that's one of the things that's at the point where it's.
Well, actually, do it might help though?
I know databases in general. I need our
How about,
specific.
how about publications? Because that's
I
been,
do
that's been
not know
taking,
anything about
because that's
publications.
been taking up a lot of, publicity and such like that. That's been taking up a lot of your time. I know it's been causing issues.
Yeah,
My volunteer stuff is 2 months late going up. And if mine's behind, I'm sure everyone else has things that are behind.
You're-
And
Oh,
What's,
that
Very stressed
that
out
does
about
bring up one
what's-
more thing.
question, what do you have up?
the volunteer
there's
form.
no volunteer page or anything up
There's
yet.
no volunteer
And
Yeah, we were
I've
gonna
been trying to get
try
with Danny
and
for 2 months and
we were gonna try to
What-
rework it, and
What changes do you need?
well, because we don't have, the separate volunteer sign up anymore. Last year, at the last minute, we wound up having to do, he set up a code. I don't know if he did the same for Denise for gaming or not.
Oh, the
But-
ticket, the
so
ticket
then
for
I wound
actually
up with
signing out.
volunteers with 3 registrations, which took hours to call out the night before con. So I'm
It was
just.
going through Takara thing or so, how are they registering? I don't even,
Well, the problem is
I never saw it.
they're registering multiple times because the system has fallen apart.
well, the volunteer program that we were using, we just never hooked into it. So they had to register for volunteer, and then they have to register for the convention,
right.
because it wasn't the same. We couldn't really get access to the data.
And
Right.
I don't know enough about how our registration system works to do anything with it. Like I said, I know databases in general, but I've never seen our system. So I don't know what I can do to help or what I can do to even
Do
get
they
my
have,
stuff
an
done.
API or something that does hook in, you can hook into a web page?
I
Do they?
I just never had time to look at the volunteer app.
What is send me the name of the volunteer app and such again,
Okay.
and the location.
Did we pay for this year?
Oh God, I hope so.
That would be a
Because if
Sylvia
it-
question.
Because if it's,
probably be
It should be on like a recurring thing, but I honestly I don't know.
if it has an easy hookup like some of the old PayPal stuff was, you just sort of put the code on your page onto a form, then we could do it. If it's a complex thing, then they'll have to register in 2 places.
And I don't mind them having to fill out the volunteer thing because actually that's a one-time thing because it remembers them. I just want them to only have to fill out 1 con registration. Last year they had to do it 3 times.
Why did you? Okay, I didn't hear.
I don't know.
I didn't know about that. So what do they?
It was just stressful. So basically we just put it on hold till we can figure out another way to
3
do
times? I don't remember 2.
Okay, because you should be able to do it just the. Because they had to go to
But-
car
because they had-
afterwards or something, or
it. Because if they just registered and then apparently that page was going to like a dead thing. It wasn't actually going anywhere.
is that
so
the problem?
Just the initial is pointing to the, if I remember correctly,
It's like
it's
the-
pointing to the
Like when the website got
database.
rebuilt.
So it was just set up wrong.
So then we did it
Okay.
again and they were registering regular for con, but then there wasn't any way to go back in and clear them as paid. So then they had to register another time and put in a code to show that they had earned a pass.
It should be easier. We can set up we can set
Yeah,
up.
that's seems a little bit overly complex there.
Yeah, it was just very stressful.
I can see that.
we can set up a coupon code. I think will be fine this year for that. So they
So
don't
if
have to
we-
register one.
If we set up a code in advance, they can, well, the problem is they won't have their code till I clear them, but I can just
Right.
basically say, don't register, don't register, don't register.
Just have
Mayor's-
And wait until, tell them they have to wait to register till we get a code. And do that like we did last year where they get a half price code or a,
Yeah, just like we do for the
Full pass
game,
code.
just like we
Yeah,
do for the
that's-
gamers. That's what I did. It's just the same thing as we do for gamers
same thing you did for gaming.
and
Okay.
programming. Yeah.
So that works.
cause it was like 3 different codes or whatever and I just gave them to the people as appropriate. So if we need to
But
do it
that's-
that way, that's fine. I just, so I know so we can get rolling and get something up.
You don't have anything up right now.
There's not a volunteer page at all that even says we accept volunteers.
Well,
There's not even a link that says check back.
The problem is we were going to get together at the end of August.
and you guys never got together
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
decide what you need to change. Got it.
So,
Okay,
Okay.
and would
So
say,
this has.
okay, so the three of y'all are gonna get together and take care of this?
yeah, I mean, we can take this
The
off on
stuff's
the
back
board
there.
meeting.
We just got to update the
We can
date.
easily, yeah, we can easily quickly make a.
I mainly want to put it out in the board meeting because I think we're overwhelming Danny, and it's not just me. I think that he needs to be willing to delegate some of his jobs. It's because we love you. We don't want you to explode. So
And,
But yeah, we can-
and this is one of the reasons why you want to cut the number of years that the contract is because you're being overdone.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, there is a little of that to it, but I mean, it's something I've been thinking about even before when I had time.
But-
But like I said, we had this discussion when with the last set of contract.
I'm just
Yes,
suggesting maybe
and it's
like,
probably going to come up for every
and
set of
probably both of you
contracts.
guys need to delegate more, either to board members or to other department heads. Let people take some of the work off of you. Just unclench a little bit. Trust some of us.
Well, I'm trying to get. I have some that I think is
Some of
going
us
to
are
be
smart.
taking over the programming department. So
Oh,
but-
did you find somebody?
yeah, I found some of that, but right now he's made him the co-head or the assistant. And another month or two, I'm going to just release it and step back, and
That's good.
they'll
That's,
take
I know that'll help
and they'll
you.
take
That'll help.
care of it. So
And I'm so glad you
That
brought
way.
up PayPal because I do have, I need the artists, I need codes or whatever for the artists to be able to pay for their space with PayPal, you know.
did we have just a regular PayPal hook and form for that before, or what? What have we been using?
I have to look. I can't remember if we set up a ticket on the
Y'all,
back.
y'all
end.
set up something.
There's
I just-
there's an art page to Kara. There's a special art page. to
Takara?
the back
Okay,
end.
yeah.
I know y'all already
Did you tell
it.
people
I-
about the Takara problem?
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh,
yet.
yes, because it's our registration, Takara registration thing
Disappeared for a week.
disappeared off our website.
We didn't lose for anybody who freaks out. We didn't lose any money. Didn't lose any registrations. What looks like what happened is the plugin tried to update itself, got part of the way through, and failed.
And it looks like it deletes itself and reinstalls, sort of, because it was just an empty folder.
But it got fixed.
We went through, we also found out some things that were going on that I found that I didn't know. That the service we've been using doesn't create backups.
No,
For our
that's,
convention.
no. I'm asking to find out what happened because according to their website, I'm waiting for the response. They do at least a random
They're
weekly
supposed,
backup.
right, they're supposed to, but they didn't have one
They
for
didn't
us.
have one. That's why I'm asking. So
Which is-
I won't say they won't. I'm just saying that something happened and I'm waiting for to find out.
And how much was the service to get
It's
the
like
daily
$5 a
backups?
month.
Yeah, which, did you add that?
Not yet. I was waiting to get stable. I was gonna do that
Guys,
tonight.
this-
Okay, yeah, I want to add the daily,
we got
the
people
daily
that are
backup.
showing up for the
has to be
tour.
added.
Yeah, I think I was the last thing, so we can probably,
Yeah, close the
I'll
board.
make a motion to close.
Second.
Time.
Meeting
2:18.
closed.
2:18.
2:18.
The meeting's over?
Yeah.
No, the board
Bye.
meeting.
Oh.
The board meeting.
Thanks for coming.
See you later, Tim.
I got dressed and drove over here for that?
Thank you, Jen.
The good news is.
Thank
our
you,
list
honey.
is
I'll
almost
let you go
along to our
now.
Volunteer site, so we must.
Okay.
Drive.
I'm gonna take care of the clinic in the
Good.
morning.
So you're
and then
driving, are you driving back to, are you driving?
I'm gonna be leaving here in about, and then after about 45 minutes.
Okay.
All right. So whoever's hanging on for the Concom
Okay.
meeting,
All right.
we'll
I'll
take
see
a
y'all
5-minute
tomorrow.
break or whatever, and
Want to resume it?
Yeah.
2:30?
And we'll see
No,
At 2:30. We'll start it at
We
2:30.
started at 2:30.
Yeah. and
Yes,
See if
yes,
there's,
we got to.
see if there's,
Paul, who may be here for
Second.
the AMCO meeting, since we're not on the board. Somebody may want to step out there and tell them that they can come in.
well, we didn't kick them out, so I never saw them put their head in, so we'll see.
Alright.
Well,
My guess
Okay,
is
so
going to
we're-
be,
so
they're actually, technically they're
all the
open.
Really interesting information,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I was so enthralled.
could you be more bored?
Yes,
all right,
sir.
I'll,
Okay. No,
Okay, so
I
we
can
will
do
we'll just do a code
okay.
and
Talk to you
then
later.
I'll just
Bye-bye.
tell them not to register until basically right before con.
mm,
Is that gonna be the best way to handle this?
well,
Well,
I
they have to-
mean,
They need to register on do the volunteer form, like
Well,
normal,
right, I
do
mean,
that.
we'll still need to put a thing on the website that says, do not register for a convention badge, click here.
Right.
And you know, the little boards I usually have with like what you get or whatever. I've got, I'm
So you-
guessing that the old page from last year would have gone when you rebuilt the site, even if I knew the direct link, right?
no,
No, it's still there.
no, we just,
It should be,
You
it
just
should
hit
be.
the connection.
yeah,
Should
well,
just be
yeah,
unpublished.
yeah, it's just, yeah,
So it's
that's, I'm looking it up right now. That's where I was at.
Cause
I should do it because I can't look it up this computer.
Cause I can,
Brand new.
I can
I don't have
probably just-
anything.
Just
Is that
edit
Mac?
what's there.
No.
No,
You know, I'm actually going to post something on Facebook. I've built PCs, a dozen of them for, started building 20 years ago or so. I've never owned a PC laptop. I've always done all my work on Macs. This is the first PC laptop I've bought.
Yeah, I don't think I've
It's
seen you
a-
not
it's a-
carrying a Mac laptop in like 20 years.
You haven't, because I started using Mac laptops, I think with the third one they came out with.
I remember when I first started helping with gaming, he's like, you can do it on my laptop. I'm like,
Jerry, can you send an email to the,
No.
can you send an email to the Concom with the link saying the meeting will be starting at
what
2:30?
do I do this?
Well, I can't send email
in
this
the
way.
Oh,
stupid
okay.
language.
Wait, it should be on my phone though.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, hang on a second.
Come on in.
Come on in.
If they're for us.
Yeah, they're definitely
Oh, yeah.
for us. It was George and
George.
Lisa.
Here,
Definitely.
I can hear her mouth going by.
All right.
Randall, would you be in
Close
charge
enough
of
to hear me?
Probably not. She probably
Thank
just
you, Randall.
She probably kept on going.
Silly. I should have called my meeting at 2:00. What was I thinking?
Now you know I feel every time.
I've been here since
I haven't seen that
12:45.
yet.
It's like, when you get her on
Honestly,
time, it's like you.
Well, okay, so
and
they
Could have been
and,
here
like,
earlier.
one other
I
person.
forgot to do the board meeting before. That was after. So I was
Oops.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that
bouncing
helps
around,
more than
saying I'm going to get here
So
about half
the
an hour early.
volunteers, the volunteers
Turkey.
page is still there. And it just has a
I
note
was
at the
gonna-
bottom. We'll start accepting
So I wanna make sure I get here a little bit early, and-
37 June 2018.
Don't republish that. But
Edit,
if it's
edit,
still there, if
edit,
it's still there, you know what I'll do is I'll just make some edits.
No, it
to
doesn't have the link to the, it doesn't have the link to the volunteer form.
Where is the Concom?
I'll just make some edit to that and then send it to info or
Yeah.
webmaster, and one of y'all can edit it and fill it back up. Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That works fine.
I didn't try to, I know I talked to you the other day about writing something up and I didn't because I saw that you were getting the registration stuff back going. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wait till Sunday and find out how he wants to do this then.
And you'll send me the PayPal stuff so I can send it to the artist.
Oh, doggone it.
Do what?
My brother-in-law ran off with a car today.
That's no good.
I'll be right back. Speaking of car, I gotta go in my car and get my USB
He
cable.
drives the car all the time anyway.
Take this to the garbage.
He wasn't there, there's a whole bunch of stuff for him to do today before asking me if I had anything to go today.
Is he gonna be able to
Hey
pick you
Randall,
up?
can you hand me the banner? I'll put it in my car.
Is he gonna,
With the
Pick you
other,
up, or you gonna have to walk it off?
with the other convention going,
George,
I expect you to have almost no.
I'll
It's one of the,
give you a run.
I think this is about what we're getting.
Flat tire this morning, and I had
What is link? You want to send?
You still live in the same house?
See, they'll take social over meeting anytime. I mean, I've been preaching this for years now.
That's what I said. I was talking to them before the breaking the convention off from this one. I made perfect sense at the time,
But it
but it
did.
killed this one because it wasn't people going through this beginning social thing.
Yeah.
And without any social, this one's getting harder and harder to,
That's right.
because it's not fun to sit around listening to
No, it's not.
everyone blab about departments you don't have anything to do with. That's most of the time.
That's right. Because if people don't get paid to do this, so there's no reason for them to come.
It has to be fun.
It has to be fun.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to get this across for you.
Of course, the buses didn't run that.
The sign-in sheets over here, if y'all get a chance. You're an angel. You got way too many hands.
And I was from there until I got to the street that you turned onto. to go
Thank you.
Have you, have you had your dealer list yet?
That last mile, I mean, that last section was like.
The facility is fine.
Did you get my I see your thing saying she thinks she put my address wrong. Did you get that? Remember, I might have put it in wrong, so I sent you the right one. As long as you don't give me a flyer. She's, you know.
She's better shape than the.
No, it was like this technology's back on her.
You know, as long as
So I said, is this baffling to you? No, I'm not that old. It's okay, I don't understand how to email.
Right.
She's like, stop.
Look, Jay,
Yeah.
actually filled out an application this year.
Sometimes
I
I
bet.
go around.
Good, I mean.
But he
you know,
actually contacted,
Food ain't special.
But it was up
he
and up, and down, and around.
contacted,
So nice you bring it.
Made that trip in about 45
It's a cold
minutes.
one.
Yeah.
But I wasn't rushing.
Sorry, they, like I said, forever to get it, and then once I got it, I had it on the way here.
Well, you were hungry, so of course you did. They're wonderful and they're yummy.
What is
Signing
the,
in is for chumps. I'm gonna do it right now though.
I already did. I signed you in already. I mean, board members get special privileges.
Well, I just figured, I'm like, oh, I probably need to actually sign in, because I knew you had written a school board, I'm like, I guess I need to actually sign in for Congress.
I even put volunteers if you have them.
I need to be somebody to volunteer to do my work for me.
Damn things have been in my garage since last year. Last year they grew. They have multiplied.
I don't know, we haven't started doing that.
I'm about to start them on Friday.
They give their No, you're fine, let me look, make sure that
So, you know, and whatever they don't eat,
Yeah, he had to,
all that goes.
he got some block five.
I'm gonna ask a question when you come to the
He
door.
got some
She's
block
still feeding
five.
herself and I'm asking her.
Are you plastic or diecast?
she does. But I'm used to it.
I was hired.
You see how much I'm bothered.
I'll have.
You see how much I bother.
We looked at it.
Is it unboxing?
It was, it was in the
I feel like
box.
probably diecast.
Yeah, I think so. It was plastic.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
No, that's what I bought for. As
Crazy.
a matter of fact, I bought two of them, so when I fill this up, I can still have another one to
When I was
start
going
on.
to the vet all the time because one of them was ill,
Uh,
there was a guy who was in there like
Oh,
every
wow.
single time I went in the vet, he was in there with anywhere from 1 to 4 cages with a cat each
You
cage.
want me to look at, check
And
on it?
I asked him about this, and it's like, he and his wife had some phenomenal number of cats. And it's like they were constantly in the vet getting some kind of care, and I don't know if they had, you know, nonprofit set up, they were, you know, how they were sustaining
Yes.
themselves, how they were paying. And how many people had, if they had anybody helping them. because
Look, I cornered her at the Halloween party and said, look,
number of cats he was talking
She did.
about, it's like,
here what happened.
2 people
She
couldn't
had
keep them
no
from
shame.
let alone
No.
playing with them.
Why should I start now?
I was about to say,
Neither did you to play with them.
Talk about that.
It would just surprise everybody.
Every time I pick up the spray.
what is the,
Oh, really nice. And y'all would all think I was dying or something.
I can send out the link, what is the link?
Oh, can you just forward the one from the board? I sent it to the board. I just sent it to the board a few minutes ago. Or at the beginning of the board meeting.
I will find that, no problem.
Nancy exhausted me nice people. It really is. You think I'm joking? I'm really not.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it.
Look,
The day that Bev starts being nice to people genuinely is the day that I'm hitting the floor, covering my head, going, "Oh shit."
Well, you know, when Mark-
Look, I had a booth at a craft fair all day yesterday. I did nothing but be nice to strangers for 9 hours. I needed to
You were
come
at
here.
a craft fair.
I
You
needed
really
to come
didn't
here
have a
and
choice.
abuse you
If I
people.
hadn't felt like crap and couldn't even make it out to MCFC, I was gonna.
You should have come in. There was some really cool stuff there.
Oh, no, St. Louis. I mean, that's
Well, I got out there.
when
And
you're
that's
raised
really close
Catholic.
to you, isn't it?
Well, I won't say really close to you.
Well-
Really close to Jane.
Yeah.
They were actually moving pretty well.
Yeah, I was right there at Way Station,
By
Shady
that
Grove.
point, I'm here.
I'm surprised she's never
Jane
got
didn't
her.
come see me.
I'm surprised she's never got a
Wait,
house
where is
hit
it
by
at?
a wayward golf ball.
The craft fair I did yesterday was at
So,
St. Louis
you know,
Catholic
like
Church,
for the
a big church on Way Station at Shady Grove.
Yeah, it's a nice craft fair. I just have been, I'm
getting
getting ready for a huge Thanksgiving this year, so.
Yeah,
I'm going out of town, don't have to cook. I'm ecstatic.
I have to go to my sister's house. Talk about being nice to people.
Yes, and they're all
Oh, we've talked about
except
that.
for, of course, Cynthia
She
Meyer,
will see you next
because I
Tuesday.
have a plane ticket to come home.
But we had to move it to her house
Which
because
makes the hallway.
I didn't want to do it upstairs.
Because
We moved my mother's place to my mother's house
I'm
for
not going
20
to
years.
Morocco, I'm sorry. especially
All of a
if
sudden
you walk
now.
upstairs.
The 5 stairs to her house.
But,
So we have it in my stupid sister's.
since it's.
Where there's room for about 8
located,
people. There's like 16 of us. So that ought to be
I went to the shower,
To right
everybody
now,
out there.
right.
I don't want them-
Everybody's
The
coming.
bedroom door, so I got the bathroom to myself, but.
Fireball.
Anyway,
I get
so I
my
had,
big,
so I got dirty.
Jarvis
As a
tumbler,
senior cat rescue.
Brett's online.
and I'll have some
And
juice.
then Tabitha passed.
My juice.
Well, then Merlin.
My healthy
Sandy
juice.
passed.
Jen.
There.
Brett's online.
I
Brett's
said,
on.
well, 4 is okay. I'll stick with
Okay.
that.
I'll get it. I can-
Are you coming over to
Right, Brett online, Brett online,
little bit.
somewhere down at the
I
bottom or
want to,
something.
but I kind of don't want
That
to.
was April of last year. Now, Jack.
So the people who have joined the stream, please remember to say something so I know y'all are here. Unfortunately, YouTube won't let me see people if they're not 100% logged in or something weird. Right now, I only see Cullen. I know Brett's here. I saw you, Brett. I know you're here. Sylvia.
Yeah, that's been every day of my life for the last 2 months.
Oh, she put it in nice.
Yeah, you know, when you
Or
have.
you changed it already.
more than 2 cats, it's something.
Good.
I don't remember.
Like I say, I was feeding the yard cats. I've been doing that for years.
I'm gonna try to play around
At
with
one
that.
point, I was up to about 12 of them that was out there every day. Now it's dwindled down. to only
Kim's
3.
here.
You know, the 3.
She is where?
Kim
Huh?
I
Moffitt.
want to say
Where?
that
At Eric's house.
1 or 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them have been.
You already dropped her off there?
Fixed.
You didn't see the Facebook post?
So, you know, there won't be any more kittens showing up.
That's why if Kim could be special and be dropped off at noon. Instead of 2.
If they don't get replaced by some other cat.
Like you thought Tiki would really care, right?
They don't run off. Eventually, I may have no outside cats, which would be okay. I'm not, I don't have to have outside
Jerry
cats.
Ginger printed.
More of a
Hey, it's
mama cat.
Chloe, for that?
Yeah, a lot. I don't know where my other one was in the jacket. So this one was attached to the
I'm looking to see if she is.
So I printed just something to hold it on here, and then took it off my printer. So it's like,
Oh, really?
so I printed that. The hinge didn't print right, so it's just all.
I don't know that.
So it'll hold.
It works.
You have to go right north.
No, I have a busy
They
today.
go on your side.
I want competition. I'm lazy.
Oh.
All right, everybody.
Especially when I
We're
can't go
gonna.
down
I haven't
to
gotten an application.
What?
Tim,
Tim,
Tim.
time for
We're
the
starting the
meeting.
meeting then. Thank you. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know it's a busy weekend.
We like you guys enough, so.
Let's just,
We're
We're supposed to be a short meeting.
Otherwise, I'd have been.
most likely, we'll start off
With
with
their
all the
show.
departments,
Woohoo!
things.
We are
Aren't you
receiving,
as always?
yes, we're receiving, in the mail-in kind of reservations. I just talked about setting up the PayPal so that I can receive, PayPal kinds of reservations. So we're up and going.
Thank you. Do we have anyone from ConSuite
Please online.
online? Anything to report for ConSuite?
I don't see. No, that was my
Why is it
Kim,
thinking
not
you
Kim
face
Moffat. That was
Oh,
my
okay.
Kim.
I just realized that.
Kim Chamberlain, sorry.
I think he turned it
So-
after you had finished. Let's-
Sorry, I forgot.
Sorry, which Kim? Hi, Kim.
Is it Chamberlain or is it just Chambers?
Chamberlain.
I'm sorry.
All these years?
It's only
All
been
these
30 years.
Ask me what my name is sometimes.
I know that feeling.
It's Crandall, right?
Close enough, close enough. Hey, you.
Okay, dealers
Randall
is
Jeffrey.
next. I have a question for you.
Or pork after I put food in my mouth.
Wait, I'm asking the question, so it's time for you to chew and
Oh,
swallow.
good. Okay.
Jolly Blackburn, a gaming guest of honor, said that he had a couple of friends that wanted to come and attend their dealers. They wanted to actually come to our con because he's here. They've never been here before. One is
That totally now clicks now with the, thank you.
someone by the name of
Hold
Andy
on.
Cosmo Joe of Studio
Yeah.
66.
Yep.
Was one of them?
Hold on,
Sure.
because now
You just
those
got a
cute
couple.
little messages that they put on their applications make a little bit more sense now. Because initially, I had not approved them. I didn't know who they were, so I'm like, I don't know who the heck Jolly is, because I'm special. Yeah, we're not, even- don't, I'm gonna blame it on my thyroid. So there is Cosmo Joe,
The other is
and
Craig,
there is
uh,
Black Oak
Black
Workshop.
Oak Orchard. Yeah.
So I will have to make some adjustments.
If you can fit them in, it would be appreciated.
I am going to, yeah,
Awesome.
yes. That's your only question?
Thank you so much. That was my only question. So
Awesome.
make your
Did
report.
did you respond to college entry,
Did I respond to who?
college entry artists?
Yeah, believe so. Emails are going out as I was about to give my report. We've made selections, huh?
Sorry, I have to interrupt. Sylvia's got to leave. Dealer, can you confirm you got all the information from the GOHs she sent you?
Yeah, pretty sure I did.
Programming, do you have the information?
Actually, one thing, I need the contact information for all the GOHs and such. She just sent one sheet with all the, she only has a sheet like that.
Did you, she said she sent it to
Okay,
you.
she did? All right.
She
I will-
said,
I will look
confirm
through it.
that you received all the guest info that I sent you. It should be current for now.
I was say,
Okay,
I'm, I'm
cool.
doing the same thing, Jay.
Yeah, I can't,
Um,
if I don't have it, I will email her.
Okay.
Because I don't have it emailed this thing yet.
all right, I responded to Lawrence. Yes, you're fine. But no, so we have selected all the dealers for Dealers and Artist Alley. Obviously, I will now have to make 2 adjustments. Well, 3, because there's one wants 2 tables, one wants 1. After I go to Cheeky's little thing, I will be sending out emails to all of the dealers to let them know you guys have been approved. Haven't been approved. They've been placed on the wait list if the table comes
I had
open.
a couple of dealers,
So,
I had a couple of dealers hitting me up at MCFC yesterday asking.
I've been dealing with thyroid issues. It's been fun. It's really hard when you have ADD and have tons of energy, and all of a sudden, for the last month, you have 0 fucking energy. Like, it is a battle to. Once I get up to go, okay, I now have to go put clothes on for work and make myself go to work. Like, it's not been pretty. It's not been fun. I had an ultrasound and a biopsy, and I'm waiting for results. So I'm a little behind. So, but yeah, everybody's been selected. Obviously, I'll have to make a few changes with these 2. But now that makes sense, and emails will be going out. And then Danny, I need to get with you so that we can. I believe we had talked about wanting to look at the invoice.
Yeah.
So, probably after next week,
Yeah.
find a time for us to sit down. because I'm
That,
gonna
that would
wanna
be
get
also
those-
Sylvia. Also, Tam and I want to get with you about using QuickBooks to generate our dealer invoices.
So if we can find a time, maybe obviously after next week with everything because I'll be out of town. So if we can find a time after that to sit down, because I'd like to be able, when I send the emails out, I'm gonna try to put a date that we'll have the invoices out by the end of the year. Would that give us enough time if we're going to decide to do it that way?
I think she'll give us some time anyway, especially once the semester's over. I'll which would be second week of December. So
It should
yeah.
take you like 15 minutes to set up invoicing in QuickBooks. It's very easy.
Well, I'm just saying, but if I go ahead because since I'm sending out the emails tonight, would me saying invoices
Yeah, but
should be received by the end of the
and
year?
if for some reason it looks like we can just send another set out, we're still working. We hadn't forgotten y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, is that
Yes,
a good
and
enough
yeah,
time frame?
Yeah,
Okay.
that shouldn't be a problem.
All right, cool deal. Other than that, I ain't got nothing. Baby. Ta-da!
Hey. Who is next? Gaming, who the head of gaming is in Nashville today.
How dare she?
Yep. Her report was things are basically trending along like they normally do this time of year. She's starting to get games coming in. They're working on adding a bunch of games to the library, going to look for the Black Friday deals and such.
Good thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna be buying some.
And do we have the gaming guest of honor?
Target.
Jolly Blackbird. I think it was announced last time, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Oh, that's what I
Yeah.
couldn't remember. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought I couldn't remember.
Very excited. He's a good guy.
Oh, he's a great guest, and
I want to make sure we
he
have.
has pulled other people in. A lot of people like to come too.
I want to make sure we have a 3D printing panel
Oh, that'd be awesome.
because
He runs those 3D printers 24 hours a day. Almost burned down his
house. Yeah.
house, but
Jeff,
All
I'm
right.
actually in
Is Sylvia
Concom.
still here? Is there any-
Yeah. Is there any? All right. So anything, Sylvia? Any last any guest report at all, other than what you sent dealer and programming?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, and Carl, I got the email, I just hadn't, but he'll be getting an email tonight, so.
Okay.
Yeah, because Paul, the Blazniks had reached out to me.
He
Well, Paul
was really
did.
good. He was really good and did panels.
Oh, yeah, no, he's approved, he's in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
And he reached out to me and that little alarm bell went off the back of my head. Oh, programming's gonna get hosed.
Well, he knows the email, anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
What's so sad is I'm so mad at myself that I saw Jolly on the list and those two, I was like, who the hell is Jolly? So laughing about that.
all right. Sylvia, say anything back? Or
No,
she
nothing
good?
yet. I think that's probably what her report was. That's why she wanted to go. Was
That's fine. Then. Let's just move on to Masquerade.
Hi. Nothing really to report, still don't have halftime. Marcus mentioned yesterday that he's been trying to get a hold of you, has sent you a number of emails.
who is you? The royal
I'm sorry,
you?
Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry. Danny's clone. No, but.
No,
he-
I'm the original.
Yeah, no.
I'm older.
Okay.
Jerry's like, I'm gonna need you to get it right.
Anyways, but Marcus mentioned that he sent you a number of different emails. I can't tell you what they're about because I have no clue.
I will look for them and reply to them in the next day or two.
Okay.
Things will get, for me, things have been unbelievably hectic.
Oh,
But
for him also.
after the, in the next couple of weeks, school will be over and I will actually have a nice break to catch up on everything.
Are you going to school too?
Work, school,
What you doing in school?
kids, getting one of them silly degree things I never bothered getting before.
Maybe after Reese retires, he'll finish it.
Yeah.
Mike? No,
Mike.
I doubt it.
But yeah, but other than that,
I will look through.
yeah, I really don't have anything. He just mentioned it yesterday. He didn't say what it was about, so
I
I
will
wasn't
find-
paying attention.
I will
to him.
find whatever email it was and reply to him.
Okay. And beyond that, that's it.
That's all.
Thank you very much. Operations.
Well, we're gonna be operating.
Uh-oh.
And,
Brain surgery.
We discussed the volunteer situation during the board meeting, and there's going to be, the volunteer page will go up in the next couple of days. I'm going to send over the text, and when you guys will get it thrown up, I assume whoever can, I'll just send it to
Yeah.
info, and then whoever can get to it.
Yes, send the text info.
And we're just going to ask them not to register, and they'll use their code right before con starts and register for their badges. So we're just gonna direct them straight to the volunteer site.
Okay,
And then what we'll do is once they commit to their hours, it's like with the game, and once they commit to how many hours they're gonna do, then I'll give them a code that says half price, free, or whatever, and then they can register for their con badge. It
Okay.
seemed like that was the best way so we didn't have to sort it this year. That'll work. If they pay attention and remember not to register. So
those
volunteer
millennials?
sign up, the short story is volunteer sign up will be open soon.
And go straight to
Before
the-
Thanksgiving, hopefully.
And go straight to the,
And it should all go straight into our system. What that means for everyone else who's not a volunteer is that if you are in charge of a department, assistant, whoever, think about what you are going to need from volunteers for the Con. What hours you're gonna need, how many people you're gonna need. And I would really like to have those by the end of the year, if at all possible. My
I will
request is
try.
please by the end of the year, there's gonna be a hard deadline of probably the middle of January, but for now, just start thinking about it. Hopefully by our next meeting, you'll be ready to start thinking about what you're gonna need, what your staffing issues will be.
When is the next meeting?
December something?
Third weekend in December.
Hold on.
I'll look
Pretty
it up.
confident. I have it written down.
16.
16th. Thank you.
So yeah, so please start thinking about what you're gonna need. As always, if you have specific clearance requirements for your jobs, like registration for their side t-shirt table, they only want certain volunteers who they trust to handle money, et cetera, et cetera. If you have anything like that, make sure you tell me ahead of time, because I'll have to set that up a little differently. So yeah, just keep that in mind and try to get those to me from now forward to whenever you have them ready.
I have a request.
Sure.
Could you send the managers a Coke?
Sure.
Thank
Coke?
you.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should,
I like how you said that.
You know I will too, but yeah, I'll send something out, probably after Thanksgiving.
Hey, Jane, idiot.
Pretty much. No, not just Jane. Jane, Tammy, you idiots. Why didn't you send me what you're supposed?
Nah,
You're not alone.
We're not to the you idiot stage quite yet.
Oak Market,
yeah,
definitely.
Around the first of the month, I'll send a reminder out so everybody can start thinking about that before they get caught back up in holidays.
Oh, for Consuite, there will be beer for the beer room.
Woo!
Sorry.
No, you're all.
That's extremely important.
That was an important interjection. I got you. Really, that's pretty much all I got going right now is getting ready to start getting that set up. And also, if anybody has any requests of me, email me, grab me a meeting, whatever. I grabbed back, so just like.
You didn't grab me back. I was too quick. Don't grab this one.
So that's it.
we skipped logistics.
Oh.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi, Joy.
Are you going to carry our
Hi,
stuff from
Joy.
point A to point B?
That's the plan. Yeah.
All right.
Then we're good.
Good deal.
The only question now is, will it be Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon?
Don't even play.
Thursday morning.
You are not allowed to joke like that, Danny.
Thursday morning.
It's always the plan.
Yes.
Always depends on
Right.
Truck
It
issues are
really-
outside of your control.
It really depends on the vehicle, yeah.
the truck. It's fine. That's
The
all.
truck's not there, it's not much we can do.
It's the truck.
Yes,
Still got color.
Get marketing.
I could go this week and get
Yep.
color, but I don't want to go to town.
Marketing?
All right, so marketing, I dropped the ball on the push cards for MCFC. I didn't get them updated and ordered in time. So now we got everything set. Do we have anything coming up that we're gonna need them for other than to spread around town? I'm looking, should I get, I guess the question, can I should get 2,500 or $5,000?
Get 5,000, because I mean, I haven't taken any of the comic shops, because I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
waiting for Jolly.
all right, I'll do five, I'll
It
update
has
it.
our whole list on, guess let's get 5,000.
Yep.
We'll need more for ShadowCon and local stores and
Well,
everything.
and surely somebody's going to another
Some
con.
convention somewhere, yeah.
And,
Because, Katie came by my house and they took a stack of what I had to go to Contrafly.
Yeah.
So I started talking with Bev Hart about the radio contract, and I'm making some changes because one of the issues we've been running it 2 weeks before the convention. The problem is we waste a week of ads. Because we can't do a call to action because the registration is closed by that point. Registration is closed by the time we start the ads, and so for that first,
Oh, that's bad.
yeah, it's always been that way. And
I didn't
so
realize that.
so what we're doing is we're not gonna run ads that middle week because there's just no point. They're not gonna. There's no point. There's no place. You know, they may go and see the site, but they can't register. We can't drive them. You know.
Yeah.
So you're basically increasing the number of ads you run in the last.
Yeah. So
week.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna crunch everything into the final week. I'm also going to go ahead and take another shot at RBO and the bridge, and
RVO.
yeah, their urban station and their easy station.
Okay.
Spread some of the ads out there, and then we're also going to look at digital geofencing, so all the millennials get the ads in their on their phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that also through the radio station?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to give me some prices on that. I got a nudge her. She was going to send it to me the other day. I got to follow up and say where are they?
When did you send the Concom
No.
email that had the registration code?
At some point in the past.
Nicely answered, okay. He's not lying.
Danny, did you I think I left you a voice.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and we talked about
Yeah,
that
'cause you have
too.
to do it, she has to do a manual.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that point yet. So since we're changing things around, she's doing a new RSC or whatever they call it. We're gonna look at it. And I told her I definitely don't want. Definitely not gonna want an increase. If we can decrease what we're paying, that'd be the preference. So we'll see.
Less is always good.
Yeah.
That's all I have for marketing publicity right now. I'll get the and the banner. I'm gonna look at ordering ordering a pop-up banner because I like I said, this at MCFC I couldn't. I was gonna bring the frame in, but I about killed myself. I just brought
And I sent you the contact information
for them. Yeah, I was gonna see if there's an online because a lot of those frames can be getting real cheap online.
We just have to make sure it's never green. Don't stick a number on it.
Oh yeah, just plug it in.
Yeah.
So no, it's definitely it. All right.
Actually, you might want to get two. You might want to get two pop-ups because you could either put one on each side of the table, or you could.
Well, I was thinking about one. I was thinking about one like ABC's got when I'm talking pop. It's that accordion style.
Yeah, but they're vertical.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'll be looking it up and I'll.
Because if we get two, then we have the option to either put them on either side of the table, or you can have two different
Yeah.
events.
Once I see what my budget is, I'll be able to make it.
That's what see how much, get the pricing on them, see what it'll cost us.
Yep.
Because there's no reason not to move to the modern, nice pop-up
Mhm.
banners. It is time.
That frame has been
It's crazy, Tom.
It's worked for years.
but my back can't handle it.
Yeah. Just to make it easier for people to get it places and get it set up. All right. Programming. Lots of guest apps have come in where December and sometimes where you get really busy because we want to get the tentative schedule set out by January, beginning of that. So
I
it's
do
all
have,
flowing normally.
I sent an artist sent me some information and I forwarded to info that wanted information on guest app.
For Artist Alley.
Or Artist Alley and for guest apps. So.
Okay, I didn't say, Tim, I forwarded you an email.
Guys, I'm sorry.
You send it to dealers?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm getting more and more people asking about Artist Alley, but that was I just sent it to info but no, this was a
He wanted to be a guest and
he wanted
it's right here. It says,
I think I remember seeing.
please contact Natalie and Happer to fill out a dealer application.
for Artist Alley.
Yeah,
Do you have a separate thing for Artist Alley?
I do have a separate, it's the same application.
Yeah, it's the same app. She has 2 piles.
Literally.
Yeah. So
I
please.
know.
Is there a
thank
box they check to see if it's just for Artist Alley?
Mm-mm.
Or it's
Some of them I know.
We should actually set up a box there on the floor next time for them to.
Yeah,
make it
we
easier.
should have the
We're
last
just a
4
front-
years too.
There's no reason not to have a little check box.
I say that every year.
But no one remembers when
Yeah.
we got you.
There's a little spot on the form that says Artist Alley.
Is
and
there?
It has a.
there is? Okay.
Okay, I mean, that, not even.
Maybe it was added. No one remembered.
Pretty
I
much.
haven't looked at the form.
Yeah, because the thing with, I wouldn't be, because I counted, because Carlin had a great idea last year, and I took pictures of Artist Alley tables. And I think I counted correctly of 19, if my memory serves me correctly. Like I said, so, I don't see why as long as we get her to fill it out, all she has to do.
You should have seen.
Well, please
number
send her
of,
the information.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
You should have seen number of fan tables we did.
How many were there?
I sent you a little spreadsheet a while back.
Okay.
But I found out yesterday, our original contact, our 501, he has left the group, he's selling his Stormtrooper suit. And he told me at MCFC that apparently the new leadership, they won't, unless we reach out to them, they're not gonna contact us, so don't expect any 501st.
I don't usually expect them anyway.
And I did talk to Jeremy Veldman, who was with the Memphis Astronomy Society. I said, the thing is that because the last time they had a table, our convention also conflicted with one of their big night sky viewing events.
Right.
So it wound up not being staffed or not
Right. It was there
fully.
Yeah.
Oh, that happens.
And that happens, but and I did talk to them, and you can pass this on to gaming. Because there's so much light pollution around the Hilton, it's really not good for trying to go out and do any observation. But the moon's bright enough, you can get good moon, you can still get a scope out and look at the moon and see the craters pretty well. And I thought, well, what if we had gaming do a special round, Are You a Werewolf, at a moon crater view? and everyone around the room laughed and they got it. And it's like,
that's
a
great.
perfect.
Do it on the roof.
The gamers come out and do their thing. Everyone plays Where Are You a Werewolf? And then you look at the craters on the moon.
If the weather do
Right. There is a nice pedro pit, so it's.
I know some of the hams that maintain the antennas up there.
Job back when I was in high school.
Registration.
Yeah.
Any report, Brett?
How long was the registration down for? About a week?
Well, we were I was notified little less than a week. It was notified on Saturday and it got fixed yesterday.
So yeah, that's
No, not yesterday.
Friday. It was
Thursday or Friday. I mean,
so 5 days or so. Our registration.
that we know of. We don't know when.
We know.
And I can't find anything in the logs when it went. When it went.
Actually, you can probably tell because registration's been trickling in.
Not really. Not
when
really. We've been going 2-3 weeks between actual registrations. So. It's early enough. It didn't. There was. I don't think we lost. We didn't lose any. Let me rephrase that. We didn't lose any registrations. We didn't lose any money. We didn't. People just couldn't register.
Yeah, they can
So,
register.
the data's still there. The PayPal's still
We
there.
had a handful of people that tried that.
Right. Someone, and that's how we found out it wasn't working. Someone contacted.
If someone goes, I couldn't find the prices and I couldn't register online. I go, what do you mean you couldn't register online? It's right. I clenched real hard.
For a very long time.
But it worked out. It was fine.
Jim has an extra diamond.
I'm not gonna say the comment.
Security.
We'll have security. We had the discussion earlier.
Alex is still working there today. So.
And Bruce is still making some great meat.
We'll have tech. I already know what Patrick's report's going to be. I would have to need to talk to him. I want to make sure that this time the bill doesn't get misplaced. Remember, they had to send it to us right away, and we ended up paying for a couple of months. I want to make sure that doesn't fall through. If we don't see it from them, we have to remind them. So it's just on the books at the right time.
I'll see him at the
Makers.
Yeah.
Do we have a financial year for this column?
Yeah.
When is it from exactly?
June to May.
June, May.
6/1 to 5/31.
Thank you.
Okay, website.
Yeah, I had some nice fun adventures with the website, but I mean everything's up there. I would love to fix that bug where everybody's head is gigantic, but
Yeah, during the break, I will get to it. And
it looks fine on mobile, but when you view it on desktop, there's just a little bug where it takes up the whole width and everybody's head. You can't see their head. You have to scroll down before you can see anybody.
Well, it also depends on how you have your browser set.
Oh yeah.
Because I always set mine. I never use the full screen going across. I always have each one in a window, so I never noticed that because.
I was supposed to get my 43.
All right, and you're going to pay for the backup thing and get that instigated ASAP because I didn't realize.
Nothing to report for registration.
Awesome.
Thank you, Brad.
Because I didn't realize we didn't have daily backups on that. The old certs that we had years and years ago, they had a daily snapshot of all their websites. I had to use it once.
Ooh, I had if nobody else needs to go, or just sorry, I didn't pop my head. Does anybody have an updated sheet or how the setup is in the dealer room by any chance?
You mean as far as the video goes, the layout?
Mm-hmm.
You mean updated? Have you made any changes in the last 2 years?
I don't think so, but what I have, of course, I'm also not, I don't have a tablet anymore to pull it up and look at it. It's on a sheet of paper and it's not the easiest to look at. Because didn't you say something where
last, we noticed that the tables on the outside of the room towards the walls were not, like the number on the side walls was on the map. It was the same number of tables. It was just
Laid out differently.
laid out a little differently.
Was it changed because, we have to make sure those two back doors are clear?
It might have been. I don't know.
Because I think our layout doesn't have the doors unblocked, and one of those GMs had a real hissy about that. And we had to go ahead and move a whole bunch of people, so those doors were, passable.
We should, whatever layout we change it to, we need to make marks and make sure we have a map of it.
But we have a Visio, between me and Eric, where there's one of us, I think we both have copies of the
I
Visio.
actually have one in my email. I just have to go back and find it.
If you do, if you could send it, that would be awesome. Because like I said, I printed up.
But one of the three of us should probably have one somewhere.
Well, I probably know I have it, it's just a matter of, updating it.
If you have to change it to leave that opening.
Well, no, I think,
Well, I mean,
Because what
yeah,
I
it
have
depends where I have
is
something.
an all get out.
well, I'm pretty sure Eric or I have an updated version of that.
Alrighty. Are there any other questions or any reports or anything that anyone has? Comments on the weather?
It's awesome until 2 days from now and it changes.
Yeah.
Where we should have had the meeting outside.
Another one?
Right? It's getting darker though, so we're just gonna.
It's raining.
Well, the days are shorter, so
Yeah.
that kind of tends to happen there, Jerry.
We know the concrete's wet outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's raining.
Is it?
Yeah, you haven't hearing the clicking?
No.
No, look out the door. It's raining.
Dang it, I didn't bring it up.
If we don't look at it, maybe it'll go away.
Right? Like I'm looking at it and I don't see it, whatever.
You won't know.
Alrighty then. I
Yeah, I
guess
still can't see it.
that's
so
it
it's
for
gonna
the
get
meeting.
contacted.
Thank you all for coming. Appreciate it.
I thought we were voting on things today.
No, there's, that's gonna be in the December meeting, the, voting. So that's
It gets pushed out another month.
the, well, this was up against MCFC and such like that. You can see the turnouts that we have for voting. This is the notice. The notice will say we are voting. When it's come out.
Daryl deadline by,
The Daryl, yes, but that's the Daryl, actually.
well, so,
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be considered. That's the deadline. And then we're gonna have our list turned in by February the 1st. And remind me again, what's in the article for the program book? January 1st.
Yeah.
Okay. Do not republish last year's article. I will get you a new article. You don't get a new article from me, just say.
I will.
Award at the banquet. And leave
Here,
it at that. But I'll get you-
here's Daryl, here's an award, figure it out.
Wait, there is one thing. Jane, did you bring up what I asked you to at the board meeting about 50 years?
No, I completely forgot that. I completely forgot that.
I did too.
Yeah, you have to,
Okay.
that was a good idea.
Okay, should I bring it up now?
Yes, bring it up.
Oh, okay.
This is the time.
In 1970, science fiction began in Memphis. And and it'll be 50 years in 2020. And I think that the least we can do for the person who's responsible for that is give them a page in our 2020 program book and maybe a plaque to Mr. Greg Bridges. Some of y'all may have heard of him.
Gee, you think, Jamie?
I could. Years.
We are gonna run the list in the program book this year of the volunteer workers, right? That was sent around several months
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, we got it. Oh, I have the list.
Cool.
Sylvia went through and added.
Yeah,
wondering if you could sneak him into the 2020 banquet and we could surprise him.
He's at the banquet every year.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
He's at-
just to
he's
make
there
sure
every
though,
year.
you have the best chance of making sure he's gonna be there.
Yeah, the one year you want somebody to be there. No, they won't show up.
Hasn't this, right, hasn't this one?
So that's the question. So do we want to do just overall, go ahead, since it's start now, since we're doing the planning now, go ahead and say, Mid-South Con 38 celebrating 50 years of science fiction
Yes.
fandom in the
Yes, I
Mid-South.
think so. I do. Yeah, yeah.
I just think, if it wasn't for Greg, science fiction would look a lot different in Memphis.
I mean, the
Greg and Dr. Coker and Dr.
Yes, well, I love Doc, but he's not here.
All right. All right, anybody online? I'm going ahead and stopping it. Y'all have a great afternoon, and anybody over there, I'll be over there eventually.
all the special offer means when you turn it on, there'll be a little abstract